What's up everyone, V here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 86 Bumblebee from Transformers, my deepest apologies, the Transformers, the movie, the only movie. This is Transformers, the movie, not to be mixed up with Transformers, the show. But yes, this is Bumblebee as he appears in that, basically it's G1 Bumblebee. It's G1 Bumblebee. They're using the whole 86 to be like, oh, these are figures from the 86 movie. It's G1 Bumblebee. That's what it is. It's not like anything specifically. It's G1 Bumblebee, but specifically from the G1 movie, a movie I've never seen, but I've heard good things about it. But I've also only seen like a handful of episodes of G1 from back in the day, so I don't really have a strong connection to those versions of the characters or their designs. But there's a lot of the designs I like, mostly the Decepticons. But I do mess with Bumblebee. He's the more cutesy, fun guy, not the cooler looking Bumblebee, like akin to like the live action movies or Prime. But I still like this design of Bumblebee. I have a soft spot for it. And there's a few Autobots that I like. But yeah, I like Bumblebee is my favorite Autobot and was my favorite Transformer for a while until a certain one-eyed guy came into my life. But yeah, this Bumblebee is interesting because I had no idea it existed until the announcement of the Studio Series Optimus Prime, which I've pre-ordered and I'll be reviewing when I get it. And then I saw him in the pictures and I'm like, oh my god, there's a Bumblebee, it looks so good. I was like, oh, can't wait for that to drop too. Then I go into Target 2 to 3 days later, and then I see it on the pegs, and I'm like, wait, this has been out? So I was just like, I'm gonna buy it, and I've had it for a while. There's just been a lot of stuff pushing off the review, but we're finally here. It's happening. It's been a minute since I've reviewed anything Transformers related, and the main reason why I don't like doing those is because the transformations are always not fun and are always really complex, and then I have to do it on camera because I want to show you guys how to do it. And then it's a lot, and then have to transform other things for the comparison, so I just don't like doing them. There's already a lot stopping me from making videos because I have to get everything set up, get all the figures and comparisons out, and sometimes I'm lazy. I like to record these at night when I have time, and some nights I'm like, I don't want to do a lot of stuff, and a Transformers review is a lot of stuff. But he's a pretty simple boy, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna do him, because I also really love this figure. But yeah, before we get into little old B here, we'll get into the packaging. He is, of course, a deluxe class, because he's tiny. He may be tiny, but you best know you paying that $25 price point. I get the scale class, but I wish for, some of the smaller characters, Bumblebee shouldn't be the same price as, this guy, because come on, he's half the size. But then you're paying the same price for Grogu in the Black series, so I was gonna say shouldn't complain, but no, we should complain about both. But then he might get the RC from Rise of the Beast treatment and be that tiny little core class figure that isn't that great. But yeah, anyway, rant aside, here's the box. Got the hole so people can take his head. Interesting art that looks like concept art. You'd think they just use a shot of him from the show or movie, since, it's been out since 86. Because Studio Series Bumblebee, 8+, Hasbro, 86. He looks mad. Autobot logo, same picture, the same things, Transformers Generations movie, the same picture again, 86 on the back. Got no light, little nice, not a no lice. I can't speak tonight. Little Bumblebee car, little backdrop, big screen inspired scale detail backdrop. The depths of Unicron. It's a interesting image. There's a no wait, that was a HasLab for the War for Cybertron figures, which hot take were really cool, but like I'm glad this line exists where they're just like, let's make insanely G1 accurate, G1 styled figures, like get all the proportions and everything accurate to G1, make it look like the G1 vehicle, because War for Cybertron was like, let's make them G1, but then just panel line the hell out of them, and I hated that. So I'm glad this exists, that they're just like, we're not going to toy around it, we're just going to straight up make 100% insanely accurate G1 figures, because why not? Why not just do that? Don't do the excessive panel lining, although I love this Shockwave. Excessive panel lining, just give us it. I love the Shockwave though, and I just hate that he's darker colored. I wish he's a brighter purple like G1, and there is a version of that, but I don't feel like buying that figure again, because his transformation sucks. He's the one where you could turn him into a gun, but anyway, we're talking about another figure. We're getting off track. Bringing in the Bumble. He is small. He is a small boy, so we're gonna have to hold him a lot. Because, like, here's, like, a Voyager class. Here's Shockwave. Shockwave perfectly fits in frame. But I don't want to lower the camera, even though I really should have. Bumblebee, tiny little boy here, comes with one accessory. He's not like a Legends. He isn't going to come with a lot. He comes with just a tiny little pea shooter gun, which is painted silver. Why not just mold it in light gray? I don't know, maybe to be the same mold for this plastic. I don't know how figure making works, but it looks nice, and he looks really good holding it. God, this figure's so good. Yeah, this legitimately might be one of my all-time favorite Transformers figures, because he looks great in both modes, and he's not a pain to transform. You don't want to jump off a bridge after the transformation, unlike some figures. He's going to stay in this vehicle mode for the rest of his life. I swear to God, I don't ever want to transform that figure again. Bumblebee is also notorious for getting some of the most miserable transformations. Like, I would bust out Bumblebee movie, like, Bumblebee to compare and everything, but I don't want to ever think of that figure again in my life. And if he's not in the vehicle mode, I'm not gonna do it. Hold up, let me check actually. You know what, we're in luck. He's in his vehicle mode, so we can use him for the comparison. Cause dear God, I wasn't gonna transform him. But yeah, this Bumblebee, man, this Bumblebee. It's peak. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best Transformers figures I've ever owned, because he looks good. He just looks so good in both modes. The only problem is he's got this little bit of kibble, but come on, at this scale, that being the only kibble is insane. Like, just look at him. He's so perfectly G1 accurate. He has the G1 proportions, the G1 style, but it all works really well, and it's a really fun figure. Like, look at that head sculpt. That's Bumblebee. He's got his nice little silver face. That looks so good. And they got the Autobot logo there. Looking crisp and clean. You just got all the G1 proportions. It looks so good. He's just a tiny little guy. He got his big stompers right there with like the hood of the car. That just looks so good. I mean, look at him. It's so good. And you can get him in such nice poses. Like, look at that. You can get him like he's getting ready for a battle. Like, come on now. Come on now. He just looks so good. He's a little finicky in the legs, but beyond that, like, and he holds together really well. A lot of figures, they'll just be holding together with hopes and prayers in some of their modes. But, like, he's nice, he's sturdy, he looks great in robot mode. Like, this is just, I don't know what else to say. It's just it's as close Hasbro could possibly get to replicating the G1 cartoon style Bumblebee in figure form. And like, I don't have the Earthrise one because I think that one was really hard to find. But like, this one just knocks all other competitors out of the park. Like, the only other one that could even come close to beating it is the Masterpiece. But that one, I mean, all I know is from the Jobby the Hong video, but that thing is kibble-tastic on the back, and, like I said, is being held together with hopes and prayers. But front-wise looks great, but like this, for only 20 bucks, being as phenomenal as it is, this is, if I remember he exists, I keep forgetting he exists, because I don't mess with Transformers too much anymore. But when I remember he exists, he's in the top 10 figures of the year, like, easy. There's a bug circling my outlet. I'm just gonna let you know, my guy. Can't end well if you go in. Anyway, I mean, there's not much else to say. You can already see. Articulation-wise, ball joint at the head. Not a whole lot. We got ball joint here as well. Not loose, which is nice. I know some ball joints get super loose on Transformers figures. Elbow bends perfectly. Hey, the bug's flying now. Perfectly 90 degrees, which, ooh, sneak peek to the transformation. And he's got bicep swivel and a hand rotation. Wrist, as some people would say. Also, fun fact, when I recorded the intro to this figure, to this review beforehand, when I said Bumblebee, the bug flew, and it scared the hell out of me. But yeah, anyway, waist rotation. Can kick that far forward, pretty far back, because he doesn't have a buttocks. And he can do phenomenal splits, because, you know, he's a robot. And he has a thigh swivel, a knee, although he will much more prefer to bend here, because, oh, sneak peek to the transformation. And he has a little hinge for a rocker, which is pretty spankin' cool. This bug gets in the frame, I'm gonna kill it. Dude, I'm fighting this bug, man. And I'm gonna win. It was on some of my figures. Don't be doing that, dog. So yeah, comparison time. He's a small boy. Here he is next to an average Marvel Legends and Black Series scale figure. Here he is next to Papa Palpatine. Got this guy today, so expect him probably maybe next review, unless I get another cooler figure in between then. And the previous review, the Vulture and Spider-Man 2-pack VHS tape Spider-Man Legends figure. That's a lot of word I just said. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, DC McFarlane Black Manta and Jazzverse Halo 3 Master Chief tower over this poor little boy. And for some Transformers comparisons, here he is next to another phenomenal Bumblebee figure, the Rise of the Beast Bumblebee, another small boy. Fun fact, that video for a while was my #1 most viewed video until that Deadpool and Wolverine video, which, I mean, thank you all for the love that video got. Insane. Train, shut the hell up. But yeah, thank you guys for that. Y'all, you guys are the real heroes. Anyway, here he is next to my childhood closest to G1 figure I could get, Bumblebee. Those ball joints, man. Oh. But yeah, this figure holds a special place in my heart, and I'm glad I can kind of have a similar love for this guy. And now for some more fun boys. Here he is next to some of the Siege figures. Megatron, whom I believe is getting 86 figures soon. And Shockwave, who doesn't really need an 86 figure. This figure is perfectly fine as a Shockwave. I mean, he never really transforms anyway. I just would like a brighter colored version, but, you know, still perfect. I love that Shockwave figure. And here he is next to my 86 figures. Technically, this is still the Earthrise, but they just repacked it Starscream. And here he is next to some Autobots. RC, who I got in one of those weird, like, I guess the Studio Series must not have been selling too well, so Walmart just packed two together and sold them, and that's how I got this. And that's how I also got this Perceptor. This figure isn't that great. He's actually really cool. I don't care for him as a character or design or transformation, but he's really fun as a figure. So yeah, now we get into the fun part, transforming him, which I will try to convey as best I can, but like my reviews in general, it's going to be a bit chaotic. You might not know what the hell's happening, and it might be way longer than most reviewers, and not as clean or smooth, but if you're coming into this channel expecting god tier reviews that are on the likes of Shartimus Prime or MGO, you've come to the wrong place. We're amateur as hell here, and I like to think that's part of the charm. But yeah, how should I start this? I kind of forgot how to transform him until I transformed him once before this video, but yeah. So you pop his titties open, then you shove his head in there, then you unlatch. It's kind of latched, but not insanely tight, kind of like just latched there. Pull back that, close up his chest. We're just gonna bring that out, leave that there for now. Then we're gonna come down to his feet. Gonna bring this out because it's tabbed in. Rotate this out, bring this out, and there's a tab in there. You gotta rotate that in. Do the same on this foot. Nice, clean. Tab them in. Now we're gonna work up to the arms, bend those elbows. Bring this out. It's in a little slot there. Rotate the arms, get it looking like this, and then you're gonna rotate them like that. Then you're gonna bring this down, and it's gonna tab in. Then you're gonna bring the legs up like this. They're gonna bend at that knee, but forward, and then this is going to rotate all the way down like so. And then you're just gonna keep rotating it until it comes up, and that comes like that. And then bada bing, bada boom, you got the hood of the car. And we're basically at the end there. This part's always a little finicky, and I'm not the best with it, but you gotta bring that down. This is where it always kind of doesn't tab the best for me. But you can kind of connect those arms, and then you work around with what's going on here. Hopefully you get everything situated, and then you bring this down and then up. And then just tab everything in, and you have him in his vehicle mode. It's not perfect. My transformation skills aren't really the greatest. This actually has come together probably the best out of all the times I've transformed him. And he has a little tab back here if you want to just plug the gun in. We're going to leave it off for now. And look at that. Look at that, dude. Little chibi tiny little car. That is so cute. That is so adorable. Like, look at that. It's so tiny, and it rolls really well. He's got nice spinning pendant wheels, which are painted and detailed really nicely. I was stuttering there. Got a little door handle. Yeah, it's kind of panel line heavy here, but honestly, I mean, look at it. It captures that, like, chibi tiny cute little design that the animation has, because it's capturing the animated design. Too many things we're trying to capture more realistic designs with the car modes. I'm glad this just went full on animated. That's why I wanted it, and that's why I love it. Got a little bumper there, the headlights, 2 Autobot symbols now. I mean, look at that. And to bring it in, here it is next to as realistic of, is that another train? Insane. As realistic of a Volkswagen Beetle as we can. Just look at that. That's... Come on now. Come on now. And bringing in the, my childhood one. Just gotta transform him real quick. He didn't really... I guess they must not... He either is based off of something G1-esque but isn't G1, or they just didn't have the license for a Volkswagen, because this is not the same vehicle. but still pretty cool. Do I transform Starscream? I'm not gonna. Do I? I don't know. Anyway, here he is next to this monstrosity, which, if you can get them together, is a really cool Camaro. But yeah. So yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna transform the Starscream. I was debating it. I'm not gonna, because it's... I feel like we've gotten a good enough comparisons vehicle mode. I mean... What else is there to see? We can't really compare vehicles because they're not, like, in scale like the robots are. But yeah, my thoughts on this guy, if you aren't picking him up and you're a Transformers fan, a G1 fan, or a Bumblebee fan, you're insane. I love this figure so much. Oh, it might be my favorite Transformers figure I own. I love him so much. He's so good. And now I'm going to give you my final thoughts while I transform him back. But yeah, I love him so much. This figure really just is peak. Like I said before, like, they went insane. Like, I don't think they're topping making, like, a perfect, like, G1 Bumblebee. Side note, this little peg slides into that little slot right there. But yeah, they went insane. This honestly is such a fun figure. Like, the transformation is fun. Like, some figures, like, you'll have, like, an awesome robot mode, an awesome vehicle mode, but that transformation is just complete hell. This guy isn't that. This guy, like, the transformation is really fun forward and back. Like, I'm not hating this. Like, a lot of transformations, especially in the Studio Series, will be so miserable. But, like, both modes will look good, but again, it'll be miserable. This guy, so much fun. I loved that. Because a key component when you're talking about how good a Transformers figure is the robot mode good? Is it accurate? Is it kibble chaos? Is the vehicle mode good? Does it look nice? Does it have a lot of robot parts showing? And is the transformation fun? Is it miserable? This guy nails the robot, nails the vehicle, and the transformation is really fun. Whereas a figure like this, vehicle mode looks beautiful. Robot mode honestly looks pretty solid. This transformation is so bad, I never want to transform him again. And honestly, kills all my love for the figure. This figure could have been really cool. I hate it now. I don't care for this figure. You're just going to sit in a car mode. I don't even want to mess with it. Because of how miserable that transformation was. This guy, though. This guy's just so much fun. It's nice, simple, not too complex. But that's honestly how a lot of G1 figures are. I don't buy them, because again, I'm not a huge G1 guy. But the G1 figures are so much more fun to transform than the movie figures. It's just, man, like this guy, peak. I can't really even think of how they could improve this figure beyond making it just more cartoon accurate. But again, at that point, you're going to be hitting like masterpiece or third-party masterpiece level of engineering, and I don't think you can really do that at that scale. But then again, who knows? Maybe in 10 years, Hasbro gives us a Bumblebee figure that makes this figure look like hot garbage. But yeah, anyway, highly recommend this figure. It's peak. 10 out of 10. I love it so much. I'm gassing this thing up. I'm glazing Hasbro on this one because they actually cooked hard as hell. Anyway, like, subscribe, check out my previous reviews. Not as much Transformers, but I will say, when the Studio Series Optimus from 86 drops, and I get it, because I have it pre-ordered, 100% going to review it. And I have that re-release of the Earthrise Soundwave ordered. Had a little trouble with the pre-order, because I pre-ordered it with something else, but then wanted to cancel that, and stuff happened. But it is ordered, and it's coming, and I will most likely review it, because I've been wanting that figure for a while, and I love Soundwave. It's my third favorite Transformer, behind Bumblebee and Shockwave. But yeah, so yeah, stay tuned for that. A lot of Legends reviews, a little bit of Star Wars, so yeah. Hopefully stick around, check out a few vids. If not, that's fine. Can pass by whether you're not. We're just here for the vibes, you know. We're vibing. We're here. We're chilling. We're just talking about some figures, having some fun. Anyway, check out my Instagram Minute so you can talk to me there. Do a lot of music related stuff. I'm learning how to play the song Dilemma by Green Day. I kind of post my progress there. And when I do eventually do a full cover of that song, I might post it on the channel as well, along with some reels in there as well. So yeah, hopefully you had a wonderful day. And hopefully your life is like sunshine and rainbows like Bumblebee's personality is. And I highly recommend this figure again. Cannot recommend it enough. I love this figure so much. It's one of those figures that you just messing with it brings you joy. Like this figure just brings me joy. Anyway. Peace.